Assalamu alaikum. I'm Madam Iman, and today we're going to learn about how to describe past experiences. So now we are in week 10, and you are getting ready for your speaking assessment. Now, in order for you to know how to begin speaking, of course, you'll need some background information and practice. So, how do you describe your own past experiences? Now, in your speaking assessment, the topics are all about talking or describing your past experiences. So, when you describe, you have to think of details about your experience. Now, to describe your past experiences is very easy. You could begin your sentences or your video by saying, I will never forget this time when. Okay, so say it with me. I will never forget this time when. I will never forget the time when. So this is where you want to talk about something that you cannot forget, something that's really exciting, or maybe very sad, or maybe something that made you very angry, right? So you may use this to begin your sentence. Now, next, I might have told you the story before, but okay, so if you are going to tell about the story, about your own experience, you may begin with this. Next, when I was 11 years old, when I was 17 years old, okay, when I was like 9 years old. So if you want to talk about experience that may happen many, many years ago, you may use this expression. Okay, now if, for example, next, if you're talking about something general, okay, it's not too long ago, okay, but and maybe it's just recently happened, you can say, I once, okay, for example, I once went to Jakarta, okay, for example. I once went to Jakarta with my family, for example. Or perhaps, I once knew the strangest person during my school years. Okay, so these are our ways. I will never forget this one person during my school years, which I found was the strangest person. All right. Or I might have told you the story before, but I will tell you again about my experience about food hunting. All right. And then perhaps you can talk about when I was 11 years old, I went to Jakarta. Okay. So there are many ways that you can start describing your own experiences. Okay. Secondly, look out. Don't forget when you are talking about your past experiences. Okay. Past experience. Experience is something that you have already done. So if you have already done it, that means it's in the past. So for that, we must make sure that our verbs are in the past tense. So if you look at the example here, okay, if you look at the example here, it says, I once fall down a hole and break my leg. So fall is present tense, break is present tense. So this is wrong. The correct one is, I once fell down a hole and I broke my leg. Okay, so from fall, change to fell, and break is supposed to be broke in the past tense. Okay, so these are the best tips for you to begin practicing for your speaking assessment. So good luck and have fun. Bye bye.